Yo, what up guys? Welcome back to another video. I always forget if I turn the mic on or not, so that's why I'm checking. Anyways, I'm just watching myself here, making sure everything looks good. Anyways, so I hope you enjoyed the previous video talking about money. I've been trying to, well, I can't really vlog. Vietnam's still kind of in this mild panic mode about the virus, so I'm just kind of staying at home and trying to expand into different things. So I realized that I want to talk more about my experiences. You know, I love watching guys who are experts in something, and unfortunately I'm not an amazing gamer, or I'm not really super good with money, but I'm kind of okay. But I did realize I kind of wanted to talk about things that I've experienced in my life that I think I can share with you guys, especially because I've noticed most of my audience is around my age. So, you know, if you're trying to maybe break away from the norm of what people are doing, or afraid to challenge the status quo, maybe I can kind of help you along and give you tips from my point of view that would help. And today what I wanted to do is, have you seen that movie? I can't remember what it is, but the guy has a tattoo where it says no regrets or something, and he's like, yeah, no regrets, man. I don't live any regrets. So I've really, not in that stupid way, I don't have any tattoos. Not that they're stupid, I just don't have any. But I've always wanted to live my life without having any kind of regrets. And I wanted to go back and look at things I wish I knew when I was younger. Maybe when I started college in my 20s. Now that I'm in my late 20s, almost done, I kind of feel like I've finally figured out who I am and what I want to do. But there's things that I could have done that would have really made my adventure or my journey better and smoother. So you can find all kinds of lists online. This one's just personalized for me, and like I said, maybe some things I can help you guys with if you're feeling the same way. Okay, they're in no particular order, but yeah. Also, by the way, get a little book to take notes in. Super useful. So easy to forget things. You're like, I have this great idea, but I'll write it down later, and then you come back and oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. So anyways, the first thing, and this one I kind of did follow, but not really, but is basically, if you want to move somewhere, just go and do it. Don't let your family or your friends or that kind of fear hold you back. If you really feel the need to move, you need to do it. After I finished school in Philadelphia and moved back to my hometown and started working, I just got that nagging feeling I need to do something, and I don't want to stay here. And for me, staying in my hometown would have felt like stagnation. And now with Hung and bringing her back to America, hopefully in the future will change that feeling. But I always felt man, I need to go and do something. And luckily my ex-girlfriend at the time went to Taiwan, and I kind of chased her. And after that all fell apart, I went home, and then I was like, F it, I'm going to Vietnam by myself. And you know, I wish I did that earlier. I wish when I had that nagging feeling back in the day, I did it. I would have saved time instead of working that not stupid job, but instead of working at that job, wasting time. And you know, you don't want to go and learn skills at a job or something that you don't really care about. So if you need to get out, just go and do it. Don't be you're gonna be afraid, but try not to, and just do it and get out. Whether it's moving across the country, moving to another town, or whatever. If you want to do it, if you feel that nagging sensation, you need to do it. The second thing is, your relationships shouldn't be hard all the time. And I learned this the hard way, actually, after a 3-year relationship, where basically the first 6 months to a year was excellent, and then the rest was just horrible in many ways. Now, it's not just her fault, or it was a combination of a bunch of different things, but if your relationship is really difficult and you're constantly struggling to hold it together, or you're having a hard time just doing things, or things are different, or whatever it is that's making it difficult, you definitely need to take a step back and say, is this really worth it? Because the whole point of a relationship is to be happy. And oftentimes people get stuck with somebody, and it becomes so normalized in their head that they defend leaving them, even if it's not good. And they say, man, it would be so hard to do this all over again, you know? And they call that, what is that, the some loss? What was the name of that economists use it? Sunk cost, that's it. You already spent the money, you already spent the time with them, so now you got to deal with it. But don't be like that. If you feel it's super difficult, and part of you saying maybe I should get away, you don't need to sit down and think about it, even talk to people. They should not be hard. That's why I'm married to this girl, because she is actually makes it really easy, and we have a lot of fun. And you know, the hard times exist always, but they're few and far between, and hopefully it stays that way. Just knocking on wood, just in case. The third thing is, not everybody's gonna like you. Now, this was hard for me. I always felt like I needed to please people, and oftentimes, man, you're not gonna get along with people, and the older you get, the less F's you give. Like eventually you're just like, all right, dude, like you're not gonna like me, I'm not gonna like you, like do you want me to leave or whatever. Like eventually, like people, like don't try to please people. If you disagree with somebody, just let them know, you know, or walk away or whatever it is. But you don't need to bend over backwards for people you don't know. There's no point. You just need to, you know, be yourself. And if people don't like that, then so be it, you know. As long as you're not doing something terrible or saying something absolutely ridiculous or horrible, who cares, man? Just like say it, be yourself, and people will either like it or they won't. And you say, too bad, man. You go to your friends and your group, and I got my friends in my group, and they like me for who I am, and you don't, and that's fine, you know. So like it happened with me before I left America, and people were like, oh, why don't you support Trump? And I was like, well, here's my reasons. They're like, you're a piece of crap. And I was like, all right, dude, that's fine, whatever. That's just gonna happen, dude. It's life. Politics, social stuff, religion, whatever. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just keep moving. Don't be an idiot, and don't be an a-hole about it. The fourth thing, and this relates back to my previous video, which if you didn't watch, you should check out, is save your money. I spent a lot on a lot of stupid stuff that I never needed. Whether it's like I have like a bunch of workout gear that workout stuff I bought, like those stupid elastic straps, and I never used them, or you know, spending on stupid stuff. I got a freaking sunroof like on my car, the sun whatever, where the roof opens up, and like I never used it. Like I found it silly. Hopefully she'll like it, but god, dude, why do I need aluminum rims on my car, dude? I'm never gonna see them until the car's parked. But when I'm driving, who cares? It's dumb. It's dumb. Joe, just find, like I said in the old video, you gotta find your passion and what it is and spend money on that. So for me, it's camera gear, and it's so good. Like when I get a new light and this lens I have and this camera and this tripod that I'm looking at, I feel good. I use it, you know, and that's what you should do. But don't buy stuff you don't care about. You know, if people are like, oh, you look funny, you dress funny, you'll be like, ah, that's fine. I don't really care about clothing like you do, you know, and that's fine. Or I spend like $50 a month on Audible buying different books because I love listening to books, and it's like amazing. But anyways, we'll get into that later. Save money, easy. Number 5, so this one I can say many different ways. Do what you want, ignore the haters. Don't worry about what people think about you, and just do what you want. This was really difficult. When I started college, I went for engineering because both my parents studied engineering. And after a semester, I was like, no, dude, I cannot do this. Like, I don't wanna. I have no passion in this. I do not give a crap about calculus. Sorry if you do. I don't give a crap about science. Sorry if you do. Science is interesting to watch documentaries upon and try to learn about the universe and stuff, but actually like nitty gritty equations and stuff, I can't do it. And I had to get out. And it's hard. It was hard at first trying to tell my parents, you know. Luckily they did support me. Now you might not be in a situation where people will support you, but you need to do what you love. And if that's like, hey mom, I want to buy a camera, I want to take photos, I want to make videos, then do it. You know, and people can be like, how are you going to make money? You're like, I will figure it out because I like it so much that I'm going to do it, you know, and whatever it is. But do what you like and avoid doing things you don't like. Remember, your life is finite. And do you want to go, for me, working in an office is terrifying. Like I just can't, I couldn't do it. And I can't imagine being 65 or whatever years old and your boss comes to you and he's like, hey, thanks for everything you've done. Congratulations on your retirement. Here's a gold watch for your long service, and that's it. But even better for us as millennials is we're probably gonna get fired anyways before them because they don't want to pay out. So what's the point? What's the point of sucking up to somebody else, doing things you don't really give a shit about? Go and do what you want, and always do what you want, you know? Remember, as long as you're not hurting anybody else or hurting yourself, go and do it. It'll work. People make money doing all kinds of things, right? Remember that there's people on TV who show up and it says like blah, 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 former child. And dude, that guy's famous now for being a former child. I was a former child and I'm not getting paid for being a former child. You were a former child before too. This is crazy. What the hell's happening? You get what I'm saying? Just do what you like. Find out what you like first. Experiment. Focus on that. Spend your time, money, and energy on that, and it will happen for you. Right? It just takes time. It's all about the grit and the perseverance. Next one, this one's quick and easy. Don't stop learning, or in another way I would say don't waste your time. I made a video about it with my friend Leo. But what I mean is once you finish school, don't stop trying to learn new things. For me, a huge habit I've picked up in 2020 is reading more, whether it's reading in like a book or whether it's listening to an audiobook, and it has changed my life. So many people, they finish school, they start working, and then they just stagnate like that, and they think, oh, now I'm older, I know more, but you don't. You know, people get molded by the media. That's not who they are, and that doesn't make them smart. People stop listening to science. Look at the way the world is, man. Don't become like that. You need to educate yourself about whatever's interesting for you, but learn more about something and always keep your brain working. Remember, like I said before in the book I read, The Peak, people do not get better by doing the same thing over and over. By watching more news on TV, you're not going to become more knowledgeable. But if you go out and chase down different editorials or different magazines that really dig into the nitty-gritty, that's when you're really going to educate yourself. And it might seem daunting at first, but feed your brain. That's how I feel. I feel like my brain's like eating this knowledge, and it feels so good, and it's changing the way I'm seeing the world. And I've already changed the way just by traveling, and now books, like you don't even need to travel the world. You can go and learn so much just from your library. And the library is free for us in America, at least, and I think other countries, you know. So go out there, don't stop learning, okay? Never stop. Number 7 is get out of your comfort zone. And again, this is where the office job comes in. It's so easy. Let me just write a resume like Google recommends. Let me just send that resume in. Let me sit patiently and wait for them to give me a phone call. Oh, I'll come for an interview, and put on that stupid suit you don't want to wear, and that uncomfortable tie that feels like you're choking, and this shirt that you paid so much money for that you're only going to wear to this interview, to go and suck up to somebody, to sit in behind a computer doing something you couldn't give a crap about, you know? That's me. You might love it. No judgment, but it's just not for me, and that's fine. It's not for everybody. But don't stay in that comfort zone just because it's easy, right? That's where you're gonna get those regrets. Like I said, when you're sitting or laying on your deathbed, you want to look back at your life and say, man, that was incredible. I loved it. There's a few things I wish I did better or whatever, but that is fun. But you don't want to sit there and say, man, I never hike this mountain I've dreamed of. I've never run a marathon. I've never been to this part of the world that I've always dreamed. Don't do that to yourself. But it requires you to get out of your comfort zone. It's not easy. It's not. But those motions you make, those efforts you make to do those things that make you uncomfortable are where you're gonna grow. Most people grow through the hard times, not the easy times, right? You think about, like, I'm reading in this book now about like escaped slaves or the Native Americans, you know, and when they gained their freedom or whatever it was, they appreciated what they had so much more than the white people who came there, who just wanted more and more, right? You hear these refugees coming to America or whatever, like my family did, and they appreciate everything they have so much more. You hear about Holocaust survivors after the war ended, they appreciate everything they have. But they went out of their comfort zone by force. But you can do it by choice, and you can build upon that, right? You use your fragility and you let yourself get kind of hurt, and you build yourself back up. So get out of your comfort zone. Number 8 is trust your instinct. And what I mean by this is I get a feeling in my gut, and I know it sounds like cliche, but I really do. I get a feeling when I hear something now, and I know I need to write it down. And literally, I become a madman, just like just scrolling whatever happens to be like going through my mind until I get it, because I realize that my gut has something primal in my brain is saying, hey Marko, this is important. Let me fire up your gut so you know you need to write this down. Like, you need to trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, or if something's just not there, not jiving with you, so to speak, like, go and do something else. When you go to school, for example, you might find a class and be like, wow, this is amazing. That was me in history. I loved it, and I knew I wouldn't be able to find work. Who cares about history in this modern world? But I love it, and I would never change my major. Never. I've seen way too many business people want to blow their brains out, and I've seen no people who studied history regret their decision. They love it. They don't live a millionaire lifestyle, but they are so happy with what is inside their heads. That's me. And I trust my instinct to get to that. And that's the same thing for you. You got to listen to your body, whatever it is, whether it's big moments like that, or whether it's like, man, I should exercise more because I feel like crap. Trust your instincts. This one's actually really interesting. I didn't think about this. I actually read it and it really jived with me. Was you need to just let go sometimes. I have a plan for everything. Like, here's the plan, what I'm gonna do. But sometimes you need to just let go and see what happens, right? Be spontaneous, so to speak. That spontaneity, again, that lets you experience things that you wouldn't have normally experienced. I hate going out. I do. I hate it. But because I went out that one night, I met her when we went for dinner with my company. So there's those moments, and sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you need to be like, F it, let's go and see what happens. Who knows? Who knows what could happen? So go and try it. But again, like I say, be careful. Don't go and do stupid things. I went to a place once where people were doing cocaine, and I was like, all right, nope, I tried it. I'm getting out of here. I do not want anything to do with this. So there is a fine balance. So don't do something stupid. Okay, these ones are quick. Take care of your body, guys. I spent so much time in college playing video games and just pissing away time. I looked terrible. I gotta find a picture for some video. I looked really bad, and I did not do anything until I was in my mid-20s when I was like, yeah, I should actually exercise. Now I have like that exercise bike, and you've heard me talk about working out. Like, you gotta make sure to take care of your body. That is the biggest investment you'll make. Think about it this way: is the money you might make now by working or whatever and ignoring your body, in the future, all that money you make, you're gonna have to spend to take care of your health because you're taking so many medications or you need different kinds of surgeries or whatever. So you're better off to just take care of it now and make a little bit less money, because you're gonna save money on not needing medical expenses when you're older. It's just gonna pay off. Plus you're gonna feel a lot better. So go and do it, whatever it is: biking, running, lifting weights, yoga, whatever. Just do something, take care of yourself. Number 11 is really easy. I already mentioned it earlier in the video, but is you need to read more. Go and read books. I give you a bunch of recommendations on what I enjoy. I like books that focus on self-improvement or history. That's like the two things I love. I hate fiction. I don't really care about it. I never even finished Harry Potter. I got bored. I'm weird. I like real life. Real life for me is the most interesting thing to learn about. So go and read books. Find out what you like and read it. And if you don't want to read, or you're too lazy to read like me, go and find somewhere you can listen to audiobooks. They're just as awesome. Practice. Maybe you can read together with friends. I don't know. It's a bunch of things. Read more. Don't stop learning. And the last thing that I wish I did was, I wish I started doing this earlier. I had a camera. I didn't have a microphone, but I had a camera, and I could have started making videos back in 2011 when I was in Italy. It means the channel would have been 9 years old if I did that, and who knows where I'd be. And I don't think I'm ever gonna let myself live that down. And hopefully this channel does go somewhere one day, you know, but I wish I did it earlier, and it really, really bugs me now when YouTube was just a baby. You know, I could have been a frontier man, you know, in that aspect, and I didn't. And you know, it took other people doing it before me for me to get inspired. So if you feel like you want to do something, just go and do it. I've told to my kids, they're like, I want to be a gamer, YouTuber. I said, go and do it, dude. Oh, but it's a saturated market. Well, find something that makes you different and start, but do it now, because who knows what's gonna happen. You know, they always say with YouTube especially, is it's a long game. You know, people will go a few months or a year, you know, and then they're like, oh, nothing's happening, and then they stop. But a lot of people don't see success until 5 or 6 years in. So you never know, man. But you got to go there and keep going. Like right now, these videos aren't getting many views. But in the future, I hope to have a catalog of videos like this where I'm trying to kind of share experiences with you guys, you know. I want to sit down and talk to you more, because that's what's interesting. And for me, I need to get all that out to the world so that you can see and kind of understand how I think, because I think it can help you guys. Not because I'm somebody special, but because to be exposed to different perspectives, especially perspectives that are against the grain, so to speak, or that break the social norm. I think they really help us kind of see the world a little bit differently, because everybody's going this way, and then you got to look at the people who are going this way and see what makes them tick and what makes them different. I have a lot of reasons for living the life I do, you know, and it's really changed how I see the world. And maybe one day some of you guys can do the same thing, because I think the days of staying at home and growing up where you were born and dying where you were born are over, and we need to go and see the whole world. And hopefully I can help you along that road. But yeah, anyways, there's 12 things that I really, really do regret. There's a lot of things that other people regretted that I fortunately didn't fall into, and that's the same thing. Maybe there's a lot of things that you're already doing where you're like, huh, that's silly. Why didn't he do that? You know, so, you know, but like I said, if you look at something and if you're like, man, am I gonna regret not doing this in the future? You should probably just do it. Me studying abroad was the first thing. First, go to Italy. I was like, oh, should I? I did. And it was life-changing. So anyways, guys, leave a like if you like. Comment down below if you have any other things you want to hear about or whatever. And share, tell your friends about it. You know, like I said, it's not super exciting, but I want to go and talk to you guys and have a little conversation. So be expecting more videos like this coming forward. So smash that like, punch it if you want, or whatever. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.